Okay guys, here's the second video on rough skinning the beaver, or not rough skinning, but boarding and flushing a rough skinned beaver. First off, I'm going to put a few nails out here, and we're going to get the nose tacked down. This is again going to be second hoop, and we're going to get the tail end tacked down. Then we're going to do the two sides. First we're going to scrape right where the nail is going to be on both of them. Remember, just doing this, show two different ways, and somebody had asked me to do a video on flushing a rough skinned beaver. Okay, so now we got 4 nails in. Now you see it's still pretty loose, so you're not going to want to be scraping this yet. So we're going to get a few more nails in here. We'll quarter it out again. Nails into the proper position where there's no fat. Now remember, it might seem like it's pulling tight or too tight, but when the fat's on there, the skin's not going to stretch as far. Okay, so now to tighten it up really good, you're going to pull the lips up as far as they'll go, the 2 corners of the lips here, then pull that one out and pull the nose up as tight as it'll go, and your 2 corners of your tail tight as they'll go. Without tearing anything, I might add. Okay, so now you're gonna go along, do the whole edge, and just push everything into the center. Remember, you're going to want to hold on, because you will, if you're applying enough pressure, you'll tear these nails out. So just bring it up like so. Bring it all into the center. You know, that belly area there, that's a real easy area to scrape, so that's why we do that first. Now at this point we're going to want to put a few more nails in, because that will stop the other nail holes from pulling out. And you're going to want to put them in where they're going to be needed. So these ones here, I'm going to release them a little bit to the halfway mark, because this is going to be like the last one of the halfway sizes. It just never does me any good to overstretch anything. There we go. can see that very well, but I'm just moving around the skin. Now I'm not going to be scraping with this like across between the back legs, because on the board here that will just for sure pull out all the nails, tear the hide. But I will show you what I'm going to do. Remember, the more nails you can get in to hold it, when you're scraping, that takes the pressure off the single nails. And you will not tear the nails out nearly as easy when there's a whole bunch of them there. You just keep dividing everything in half until you get to a spot where it's the right distance apart. A few more in over here. Get this one in, and then I'll start removing this fat. Okay, so you can scrape around, holding the leg hole and being careful, because this will tear very easily there. Okay, now you're going to get it up to about there, and then it gets pretty tough to scrape right across here. So you just leave it, and you continue on down where it's going to be a lot easier. Holding the leg holes, of course. Go to the other side. Hopefully see a little better. You see, the only thing is, once you certain areas, the nails are going to be in the way. So you got to kind of wiggle around and do your best. Now you just keep scraping and pushing it to the center. And this piece here, be careful again. Make sure you got all the fat off of that. If it falls down between the leg hole, just get rid of it. Not that it will cause any problems. You're just going to have to get rid of it after it dries anyways. I gotta get so much grease off my fingers. This thing is only so greasy because I have the wood stove going in here, and I think it's right close to the freezing mark outside. Just a gorgeous day. Be a nice day in the bush, except that it'd be so bloody hot I'd be sweating like a pig. But it's supposed to be nice tomorrow too when I go in. See what we can catch. See how the skin's loosening up now that the meat and fat is all gone off it? It was super tight. Now look at it. This front leg, we haven't got it yet. Let me get this piece of paper here to load that fat onto. Do that. Okay. Oh, it's hard on the back. So we've got most of the back done up. Now it's just that area across the shoulders, which is always a pain, but we just do that with the sharp knife. And I want to tell you guys too, get a hold of one of these. For delicate work, this is what I use to skin out the wolf's feet, split their lips, do around their ears, all the delicate stuff, their eyes, the nose. And I mean, the blades are interchangeable. You get a pack of blades, 100 blades for not very much money. And the blades can be resharpened. That one, I just changed this one last time I was out, but I've been using it all trapping season, the one blade. And it costs like about 50 cents or something. So here now, we're going to take, you can use that little knife, but because, you know, some guys don't have them, I'm just going to use this and show you. You're just doing just like on the last one. Just skinning along the running your knife along the board. Just got to make sure you're at the right angle. And tight. It's got to be tight. Remember that. You pull the thing down as tight as you can get it. Okay, and now you're at a point where you're just like as if you had, where did I put that little knife? Over here. Okay. Like I said, now you're at a point where it's just like as if you'd clean skin the thing. Alright. Trim up a little bit there. Around the ear. How's this front leg looking? A little bit there. Nothing over here. Nothing there, nothing there. Just a little bit on the back end of the tail there. I'll get rid of that in a sec. Okay. Pulling that up, getting down into the lip area. You're good to go. Now you pound in the rest of the nails. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this here first. You can trim this up with by scraping it or doing that. There we go. Now up along here, you just continue to get your middle nail in, just so you guide it. Continue along here and join up 2 lines of nails. Okay. Oh, no, I've got a few more nails here. I forgot about. Nails and we're done. Just gotta sew up the leg holes. Okay, then you take on the back here, we've got the corner of the legs pulled up past where your circle is going to be. Just trim it off. And then you trim all the way around your face nails. Just staying at least 1/8 of an inch away from the nails. And because if you leave that nose, the whiskers on and everything, you know, it takes a long time for that slop to dry, and you don't get paid for it anyways. It does not add on to the size of your beaver. They see it there and they deduct it off the size of your beaver anyway, so it's a waste of time having it on there. Okay, so now sew up the leg holes, pull the beaver up on the nails, and we're good to go. Like on the other video I said when I was doing the beavers, the reason I sew up the leg holes, like if I've got a really badly damaged beaver, you know, sewing up the leg holes takes a couple minutes longer. And my theory is they don't give you any extra money for, you know, there's no actual grade or anything that says beaver legs sewed up, you get a bonus. But I was told when I used to hang around North Bay somewhat, when I lived fairly close, You know, I asked the graders and they said it didn't make a difference. But say a beaver was 1-2, you know, quality or grade, and they were just on the verge or didn't know what to put it, you know, maybe having the leg hole sewed up instead of nailed up might just be what it took to put them over to a, you know, to a higher grade. So the only time I don't, like I said, if I got a really damaged beaver that, you know, it's not going to be worth crap anyways, I will then usually nail it. Sorry, here I'm fighting with it because it's, okay, let's put it back in the needle. Anyways, really damaged beaver, then it's not going to make a whit of difference anyway, so then I don't spend the extra minute. Okay, here we go. One last knot. Always put 3 knots in. 3 knots never come undone. 2 rarely does, but it has on me, so I always make a second effort and just put that last little knot in there, just so it doesn't end up coming undone. Now, with the heat that's in the shed, there's grease coming out of this, or left over on this like crazy, so I'm just going to scrape that up, because if I don't, I'll have to scrape it off the drying fur anyways. That's another thing too, as your fur is drying, your beavers especially, beavers and otters, there will be some grease that, as it's drying, is forced out of the hide. You know, I just wipe it off as it's drying and get rid of it. Alrighty, there we go. That's boarding a rough-skinned beaver. Alrighty guys, hope it helps. We'll catch you later.